Speaking of Caitlin, what was your opinion when you saw the USA team and she wasn't on it?
I don't have an opinion.
It seems like the atmosphere at the Indiana Fever is completely unfavorable for Caitlin Clark. She appears to be fighting alone, desperately needing support from her teammates, especially Kelsey Mitchell and head coach Christy Sides. But before we dive into all the details, it's important to note that 98.7% of you watching right now aren't subscribed to the channel. Subscribe and help us bring more videos to you. Now let's get into it. Caitlin Clark's situation at the Indiana Fever is far from ideal. Despite being a talented and promising player, it seems she's not receiving the necessary support from her teammates, particularly Kelsey Mitchell. This lack of support became evident in a recent interview where Kelsey was asked about Caitlin's exclusion from the USA team. When asked about Caitlin not being selected for the USA team, Kelsey Mitchell responded coldly and indifferently. This response, besides being discouraging, suggests possible tension or, at the very least, a lack of support among the players. Teammates are expected to support each other, especially in tough times like this, but Kelsey's response indicates otherwise. The impact of this lack of support was evident in the game against the Connecticut Sun. Caitlin was substituted in the third quarter after an underwhelming performance. With just 10 points, 3 out of 8 field goals, 2 assists, 3 turnovers, and no rebounds, it's clear that the lack of synergy and support within the team is affecting her performance. Talented players like Clark need a supportive environment to thrive, and this seems to be missing at the Indiana Fever. The absence of support not only affects Clark's immediate performance, but could also have long-term consequences for her career. Young and talented players like her need a positive and encouraging environment to fully develop their potential. Without this, even the best players can struggle to shine and progress. Clark has shown resilience and determination, but continuous lack of support can eventually wear down any athlete. It is crucial for the Indiana Fever to work on creating a more collaborative and supportive environment for their players, especially for an emerging star like Clark. Coach Christy Sides has been under heavy criticism from both the media and fans due to her questionable decisions and uninspiring comments. One of Sides' most controversial decisions was substituting Clark and other starters in the third quarter of the game against the Connecticut Sun. In a game where the Indiana Fever was clearly struggling, this substitution was seen as giving up too early. By taking her key players off the court, Sides essentially handed the game to the opponent, which not only affected the team's morale, but also sent a message of lack of confidence in the players. This decision can have long-lasting negative impacts. When players realize that their coach doesn't trust their ability to turn a game around, it can seriously affect their confidence in future performance. Players like Clark, who are already under pressure, need to feel that they have the full support of their coach to keep fighting, even in tough situations. Besides the questionable game time decisions, Christy Sides' comments have also been a source of controversy. After a series of disappointing performances, Sides publicly stated that, "You can't coach effort." This type of comment suggests that the team's failures are the players' fault, implying that they are not trying hard enough. While it's true that effort is a fundamental part of success in any sport, it is the coach's role to inspire and motivate their players to give their best. Comments like this can undermine the team's confidence and morale, making the players feel undervalued and unmotivated. These criticisms of the coach go beyond just her decisions and comments. They reflect a broader dissatisfaction with how the Indiana Fever is being managed. Fans and analysts have expressed frustration with the team's direction, especially regarding how Caitlin Clark is being treated and developed. Christy Sides needs to take responsibility for her decisions and work to create a more positive and supportive environment. This includes not only making tactical adjustments, but also changing how she communicates with and about her players. An effective leader knows how to inspire their team, even in difficult times, and this is something Sides needs to demonstrate more consistently. The criticisms of the coach are a reflection of a larger problem within the Indiana Fever. For the team to thrive, there needs to be an environment where all members feel supported and valued. This starts with leadership and how decisions are made and communicated. If Caitlin Clark and her teammates don't feel they have the full support of their coach, it will be hard to achieve the success everyone expects. This lack of internal support and public criticism is affecting not only Caitlin Clark's immediate performance, but also her long-term trajectory in the WNBA. Clark is adapting to the more physical style of the WNBA, which is already a challenging transition. However, the lack of support from her teammates and coach makes this process even harder. The WNBA is known for its intense and physical play, and for a rookie, dealing with this reality can be overwhelming. Clark has shown resilience and skill, but without the necessary support, even the most talented players can struggle to fully adapt. Clark has the right mindset to succeed, but this resilience needs to be complemented by a supportive environment. It's essential that she feels her teammates and coaches are behind her, especially during tough times. Without this support, the constant pressure can end up affecting her performance and development. For Clark to reach her full potential in the WNBA, she needs an environment that supports her long-term growth. This includes not just emotional support, but also opportunities for continuous improvement and development. Coach Christy Sides and her teammates play a crucial role in this process. Talented players have the ability to elevate the entire team, but to do so, they need a robust support system. The lack of support can limit her current performance and hinder her future growth. It's vital that the Indiana Fever recognizes the importance of creating an environment that promotes the comprehensive development of their players. The pressure on Caitlin Clark is immense. As one of the most promising players in the league, the expectations are high. However, this pressure needs to be managed properly. The coaching staff and teammates must work together to ensure Clark has the necessary support to handle these expectations without compromising her mental and physical health. The recent controversies involving the team have sparked intense reactions from fans and the media. Christy Sides has faced a wave of criticism from fans and analysts. Her coaching decisions, especially the early substitution of Clark and other starters in the game against the Connecticut Sun, have been widely condemned. Many fans believe that Sides is hurting the team's development and undermining the players' confidence. The third-quarter substitutions and comments about the players' lack of effort have been seen as signs of weak leadership. Fans argue that a coach should inspire and motivate, not publicly criticize their players. Fan frustration has reached a point where many are calling for Sides to be fired. Social media is full of comments expressing the need for new leadership that can maximize the potential of players like Caitlin Clark. Despite these challenges, Caitlin Clark continues to attract significant attention. Her performance, even amidst difficulties, keeps fans interested and engaged. Statistics show an increase in visibility for Indiana Fever games, driven largely by Clark's presence. Continuous coverage of Caitlin keeps the WNBA at the center of sports discussions. Her ability to draw crowds, even in tough games, demonstrates her positive impact on the league. For Clark to reach her full potential, it's essential that she receives the necessary support both on and off the court. This includes fostering a more collaborative and supportive team environment where players encourage each other. Kelsey Mitchell and other Indiana Fever players need to take a more active role in supporting Clark. Teamwork and solidarity are crucial for collective success. Cold and indifferent responses do not help in building a positive environment. Coach Christy Sides needs to reassess her approach. Public comments about players' lack of effort are counterproductive. Instead, leadership should focus on strategies that inspire and motivate players, helping them overcome challenges. With all this in mind, I ask you, do you believe Caitlin deserves more support from her teammates? Leave a yes or no in the comments. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more analyses and updates on the WNBA. Your subscription helps us continue bringing quality content. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next video.